guys, Janine here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I want to welcome you. My name is Janine Hernandez, and I am an author, a speaker, a mentor, and a book coach. I am the founder of the Book Publishing Academy, and I coach aspiring authors to write and publish their books. Here on my YouTube channel, I talk about all things inspiration, motivation, books, travel, nature, literally everything that I love to do. I've started to do weekly vlogs to talk about my upcoming book. And I thought it was important because I wanted to tap in more to this YouTube community. I know that there are a lot of people on here that might relate to my story. And I decided to do the weekly videos so that I can kind of update you on what I have been through and why I decided to write my book. So actually, my book that's coming out actually next week, October 15th, is the launch date of The Light in Times of Darkness. I am so excited about this book. It is so beautiful. It is so personal. I literally poured my heart out into this one. But the book comes out next week, and basically in this book, it's split up into two different parts. The darkness, which is, you know, the tough times in life that we have gone through, and then the light. The light is how I choose to overcome them and how I choose to still shine bright and smile and have a great day despite all of the you know, circumstances that you go through in life. With this book, I talk a lot about spirituality and things that I have gone through, but I also talk about, you know, narcissistic abuse and my experience with it. So the last video that I had posted 2 weeks ago was about the love bombing phase, which is basically when a narcissist person in a relationship pretty much lulls you or loves on you with gifts. They will go above and beyond for you, buying you different things to win your love over with gifts. They also utilize love bombing, you know, utilizing gifts and materialistic items when they have just finished discarding you or devaluing you, making you pretty much feel like shit. They will do everything in their power to get your love back by, you know, buying you gifts and confusing the hell out of you. So in the last video, I talked about how my narcissistic ex bought me dresses, I would say the second or third day of us talking. I didn't think that there was anything wrong with that because I had dated him when I was in high school. So to me, it was normal. I felt like I could trust him. And that's kind of how I got entangled into the love bombing phase. Now, if it were a complete stranger that's buying me gifts on the second date or the second time that we've spoken, that would be a red flag, right? But for the purpose of this video, I want to talk about the devaluing stage, because eventually it happens, right? The narcissist will do everything and anything to make you feel so amazing at the beginning, and then the day comes where their mask comes off and they show you who they truly are. And for me, you know, it happened at about the 2-week mark. It was actually 14 days in. And the only reason I know this is because I journaled the whole entire relationship, so I have everything documented. But on day 14, I called him, super excited to talk to him. Mind you, at this point, we were, you know, communicating via text every single day. We were FaceTiming multiple times a day. We were talking on the phone. And so I gave him a call. He had called me earlier. I gave him a call, and he literally cursed me out. And he was just like, "Why are you calling me?" And he just went off on me. Like, "Why are you calling me all the time?" And like pretty much making me feel like shit. And I was so confused because I was like, "You just called me an hour ago." Like, I could not wrap my head around it. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And that's kind of where it started. I was so confused. And I told myself, like, okay, I understand where this is going. You don't want to talk to me. Like, maybe you're not interested. Maybe I thought that this was something more and it's not. You just finished buying me all these gifts. Like, maybe I had the wrong impression or the wrong idea of where we were going or what we were doing, right? So I was super confused. And then the next day, he messages me like nothing. "Hey babe, how's everything going?" And it leaves you with even more confusion because you're like, you just literally cursed me out. like yesterday and were so upset with me. And that is the start of the devaluing stage, where they start to manipulate you, verbally abuse you, make you feel so less and so unworthy. And then they confuse you by making you feel amazing the next day. And anytime that you try to question it, where you're just like, you know, you cursed me out yesterday, or you just finished cursing me out like an hour ago. Like, why? You know, or you even try to address it. It's like, why are we talking about something from the past? Like, you know, they try to stonewall you and make you feel like you are crazy for even asking. And that was my experience with it, guys. And it was just a pattern. It was downhill from week 2, 14 days in. And what's sad is that I didn't really realize that I was in a pattern with him until about 3 months later, when I got cursed at so bad by him and got yelled at, and I had a complete breakdown. Like, I was in bed in tears, crying like all day. And I remember calling my friend and I'm like, you know, I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is his behavior. And she's like, you need to YouTube narcissism. You need to look up Dr. Ramani. You need to, like, she sent me a couple videos and she's like, watch this. And everything was spot on. Every single thing. But I was so in denial because he was so good at making me feel like shit, and then making me feel like I was yearning for those good moments. And I knew the good moments were going to come. I knew that in a couple hours or the next day, he was going to be the most wonderful man that I could have ever laid eyes on, right? So it was just a mind F, if you ask me. But that was the start of the devaluing stage. Guys, I am not feeling too great, so I'm actually going to cut it short, but I will be back next week with more information on my experience with narcissistic abuse. I'll also update you guys on the book launch event. The book launch event is October 15th, so I'll kind of give you guys a little bit more information on that. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Bye, guys.